Good morning, learners. How are you today? Once again, this is Teacher FEM, your English teacher. Before we start our topic, don't forget to click the subscribe button for you to notify the incoming videos that will be uploaded. So we are in English 5, Quarter 3, Week 4, making generalization and summarizing various text types based on elements. So that is our topic for week 4. Summarizing teaches students how to recognize the most important ideas in the text, how to ignore irrelevant information, and how to integrate the central ideas in a meaningful way. After going through this lesson, you are expected to, number 1, make generalizations, and number 2, summarize information from various text types. A generalization is a broad statement drawn from a group of facts about a topic. It must be supported by evidence that is logical and factual. Learning to make generalizations will help you develop conclusions and identify trends. In making generalizations, we may use the following guidelines. First one is to gather information and then identify relationships among facts. And the third one is to make a generalization that states a relationship and is consistent with most of the supporting facts. A clue word such as all, most, always, usually, or generally signals that an author is making generalization. Okay, let's read the paragraph. Asma's letter on Christmas is different in some ways. 1. It isn't a greeting card. 2. It is a letter addressed to Jesus Christ, who is not a common person, relative, friend, or acquaintance. Jesus, for the Christians, is the son of Mary. And 3. The letter is asking for some explanation of the untoward happenings here on planet Earth. Okay? Lastly, the letter will not be mailed but will be placed on the altar for the angels to carry to Jesus. Amazingly, different in 3 ways. The letter holds the greatest message of all time, the message of love and justice, of brotherhood and sisterhood. Okay, questions. Which sentence states the generalization? How did you know? What examples, reasons, or facts are presented to validate the generalization? What words or phrases introduce them? Okay, remember class that generalizations are like umbrella. For example, umbrella takes the position of the topic sentence and it covers the specific supporting details. A summary restates only the main points of a text without giving examples or details such as dates, numbers, or statistics. When you summarize, you keep in mind the answers to the 5 WH and how questions. Texts are written for a variety of purposes, using different forms and standards of composition. These forms of writing are known as text types. There are 2 main text types, the factual and the literary. Factual includes the factual description, recount, persuasive, and the literary includes the poetry, narrative, and the personal response. One of its kind is the narrative text. It is a type of literary text that tells a story. It presents a series of events which can either be fiction or non-fiction. Fiction versus non-fiction, what is the difference between the two? fiction is something imaginary and non-fiction is something that's true. When we say fiction, it includes picture books, cartoons, fantasy, adventures, science fictions, and fairy tales and others that are imaginary statements. While in non-fictions, we have the autobiography, biography, memoir, diary, and others. The basic elements of narrative is the theme refers to the author's message about life or human nature he or she tries to convey in the story. The next is the setting. It answers the when and where the story happens. Next is the character, the people, animals, or things playing an important role for the events. And lastly, the plot consists of the episodes happen from beginning, middle, and ending events. Now that you already know its elements, let us find out how are we going to summarize it if we come across with a very long text. Here are some ways on how you can summarize a text. For example, text A. Mario stood calmly by the door of the principal's office while waiting for his teacher. He looked further to check on his advisor if she would be coming because she was nowhere. After a few minutes, a spectacle man was in sight. It was the school principal. Mario told the principal about the purpose of his visit. He made his statement clear why he brought his cell phone to school. He told the principal that his classmates shouted at him in their classroom, telling him that bringing cell phone was not allowed. He felt weak explaining his reason for doing it. He told the principal that it hurt him to have violated the school policy, but doing this made him feel secure to text or call up his sick mother at home. He told the principal that he was sorry for doing it, but it hurt him because his purpose was concern of his sick mother. The principal patted the apologetic pupil on the shoulder and spoke kindly to him. Okay, text B. While waiting for his advisor to come, Mario visited the principal's office. His purpose was to explain why he had brought his cell phone in class. Earlier, his classmates noisily reminded him that bringing cell phone in school was not allowed. Nevertheless, Mario told the principal that it hurt him to violate the school policy, but he had to do it. Mario said that he felt secure to text or call his sick mother. The principal just patted the apologetic pupil and spoke to him kindly. Okay, so this is the story grammar that represent our story paragraph. Okay, so the story grammar chart, we have the setting, the character, and the plot. When we say setting, this is ask when and where did the story happen, while the character, who are the persons moving in the story, and of course the plot, we have what is the situation, how come it happened, how did they try to solve the problem, what is the result, and what is the story trying to say. Okay? Scanning is a technique of quick reading that helps you find specific details or relevant information. When you scan, you only find the keywords needed to answer the questions. Okay? Look for the key information. Look at each paragraph. Locate the topic sentence, the first one, and decide what the main point is. And list the key points and include only the main ideas of the text. Skimming is letting your eyes and mind skim over the text quickly as to note the most important points. Let your eyes travel down the page slightly but rapidly. Find the keywords that tell to who, what, when, where, why, and how. Keep in mind that the first sentence in a paragraph or the first paragraph of an article usually contains the important details that give the general idea. As you scan and skim, you may underline, circle, or put any mark on words or phrase which are to be remembered. You may write the summary in a complete sentence or two, just like the examples here. The Moscow Circus was the biggest circus troupe ever visited the Philippines. The show officially opened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. This was held at Quezon City Big Dome. The 136-man Soviet group arrived on a big ship. The circus troupe featured world-class acts involving over 100 human performers, 10 lions, a team of clowns, a team of Cossack horses, the world's #1 hula hoop artist, and Eriwa Bogrimova, the tiger tamer. The Moscow State Circus has been named after the famous clown, the legendary Karandas, who heads the group. Okay, this is all for week 4. Thank you for watching.